My name is Carly, and this is a sample of my yoga class. I offer yoga live on Zoom Monday through Friday and the first weekend of every month. I call these classes mindful mornings. They're 30-minute practices at 7:15 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Wednesdays, you have the opportunity to stay for an extra 15 minutes of meditation practice. And the first weekend of each month at 8 a.m., I offer a longer practice, 60 to 75 minutes. If you'd like to give yoga with me a try, let's grab our props and get ready. So these yoga tools are not required. Of course, the ancient yogis 5,000 years ago did not have foam blocks, but they are pretty handy. So if you have them, let's get them. I like large foam blocks. You could also use large toilet paper rolls. I also like to use a yoga strap. You could use a regular belt or even a dish towel, works perfectly fine. And a folded blanket. I like to fold mine into a rectangle and then fold it over once more so it makes a little perch that I can sit on. It's also always a good idea to have water nearby. Arrive on your seat and scoot to the very edge of that folded blanket. Sit as tall as you can. If it feels good here, you can soften your gaze or maybe even close your eyes. And notice that your body is breathing. We don't have to do anything to change the breath, just practice noticing it here. If you'd like, you can interlace your hands, making the mudra Vajra Pradama Mudra. Place your hands over your heart space. This gesture can be thought of as helping you build trust and self-confidence. As we move through the next few moments together, let's do so with the intention of not causing any harm to ourselves. So always move in ways that feel okay for your body today. Never do anything that hurts in yoga. Take another breath or two here. Perhaps you can feel the expansion of your chest and body as you inhale, and the gentle drawing back towards center as you exhale. Sitting tall, let's acknowledge the land beneath us, practicing a land acknowledgement to honor and recognize the indigenous people, the original stewards of this land. And throughout practice, I'll be incorporating Sanskrit, the original language of yoga. This is a way that I like to recognize and honor the cultural heritage and roots of yoga practice. I also like to begin and end my yoga practices by chanting the auspicious sound Om. If you'd like, draw your hands together in front of your heart. Om has three parts that we vocalize, A, U, representing the three aspects of life or existence. So birth or creation, life itself, and then death or transformation. And we'll pause, savoring the vibration we've created. If you'd rather not chant out loud, you can also chant in your mind. Inhale deeply for one long Om vibration. Release your hands to your legs. You might drop your chin towards your chest. Taking a moment here to bow the knowledge of the mind to the wisdom of the heart. Also beginning to breathe into the back body, perhaps feeling a stretch through the neck and upper shoulders. Breathing deeply, you might start rolling your head slowly side to side. Keep the spine long, sitting tall, Just rolling the head and neck side to side, noticing how it feels. Return your head to center, and let's make our way into tabletop, hands and knees. You might use the blanket under your knees as padding or cushion, or you can set it off to the side. Knees under hips, hands under shoulders. Spread your fingers comfortably wide. Grip with your fingertips and root into the base of your index finger and thumb. You might even feel your wrists lighten up or lift off of the mat a little bit. On an inhale, drop your belly. Feel your shoulder blades slide together as your heart pulls forward and you look up. Exhale, push the ground away, rounding your spine. Move your breath as you move your spine. Inhaling and exhaling. On your next exhale, send your hips back towards your heels. No worries if they don't reach all the way. Rest your arms alongside you. Maybe your head meets the mat. Balasana, child's pose. This shape is always available to you. You can come rest here anytime. Reach your arms back up overhead. Inhale as you rise up through tabletop. Exhale, walk your hands forward, melting your heart down towards the ground. Anahatasana, heart melting or puppy pose. Some people like to bring their chin to the earth here. Some folks like to bring their forehead. Sometimes to me it feels good to bring a block under my head. Another breath or two. Melting your heart back towards your thighs, towards the earth, keeping your core muscles engaged. Breathing deeply, walk your hands back under your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Imagine dragging your knees towards your hands. Feel your core muscles engage there. Grip with your fingertips and the base of your index finger and thumb, and start to float your knees off of the ground any amount. Hover here. Keep pushing the ground away. You might even feel your shoulder blades slide away from each other a little more. Inhale and exhale. Send your hips towards the sky. Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. This triangle shape. Take any movement that feels good to you. Sometimes it feels really nice to bend one knee and then the other, or to sway your hips generously side to side. We're always welcome to explore movement. One more breath in this triangle shape. On an inhale, look forward between your hands, and exhale, make your way to the top of the mat. When you arrive, if you have a block, you might squeeze it between your upper thighs. You can bend your knees as generously as you like, draping your belly over your thighs. Let your head hang heavy. You might even shake or nod the head. On an inhale, rise up all the way with a long spine, reaching out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart and down by your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge forward, long spine, bend your knees as needed. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale your hands to your heart. One more time. Inhale to reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching out and up. And exhale, hands to your heart. Let's grab the strap. Keep in mind, if you don't have a block or strap, that's perfectly fine. If you do have the strap, we'll hold it in our hands loosely, reach up overhead. Imagine lengthening your low back, Lift your heart, lift the crown of your head, lift your shoulders even. Our arms are in flexion, so the shoulders slide up. Inhale, and as you exhale, start to bring your arms back behind you. Try not to splay your ribs out or arch your back. Try to keep the spine long and lifted. You can bend your elbows as you lower your arms any amount. You don't have to lower all the way. Just explore what's here. On an inhale, reach your arms back up overhead. On an exhale, hinge over to your right. Really anchor into your left foot. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold over to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Release the strap, release the block. From the top of your mat, inhale to reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, bending your knees as you go. Plant your hands and step your right foot way back in space. Option to grab blocks for under your hands. Imagine squeezing your legs together. One more breath here with a long spine. Lower your right knee to the earth and untuck the toes. Now you can stay exactly as you are here. You can walk your hands up to your front thigh. Maybe you reach your arms up overhead, or maybe you tuck your right toes and lift your back leg off of the earth. Wherever you are, it's Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge. Breathing here, option to take large circles with your arms, like you're backstroking, adding a little heart opening. One more breath wherever you've gone with it. And we'll all meet with our hands on the earth. Step the left foot back in space and make your way to plank pose. It's always an option to keep your knees on the earth in plank. Maybe you lift your knees. Imagine squeezing the block, press back through your heels, core muscles engaged, lengthen your low back, push the ground away and breathe deeply. One more breath here, you're strong. Good. Now lower your knees, bend your elbows slightly and pause. If your elbows are pointing out to the long edges of the mat, let's wrap the arms around so the elbows point more towards your thighs and slowly lower all the way down. Point your toes back, lengthen your low back. Inhale, lift your heart any amount. Baby Cobra, Bhujangasana. Draw your shoulder blades together like they're hugging the spine and slide down. Maybe you lift your hands off of the mat. Maybe you press your hands into the earth and lift your heart more. Arms are hugging your side body and shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. One more full breath wherever you are. And on an exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes. Big breath in. Big breath out. With no breath in the body, push the ground away. Plank pose, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Also an option to lower your knees and find Balasana, child's pose. 3 to 5 breaths wherever you've gone with it. On an inhale, look forward between your hands. On an exhale, step or swing the right foot to the top of the mat. Pause here, high runner's lunge. Maybe you bring blocks under your hands. Imagine squeezing the legs together. And let's lower the left knee, untucking the toes. You can stay just as you are, or lift your hands to your front thigh or up overhead. If you feel steady here, perhaps you tuck your left toes and lift the back leg off of the earth. Breathe deeply. Option to take that slow backstroke, drawing huge circles with the arms. One more big breath. And exhale your hands back to the earth or blocks. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, giant step to the top of the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reaching to the sky. Maybe you come to your tiptoes. Exhale your hands and heels down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Hands touch down, step your left foot back in space. You can keep the left knee lifted or lower it. Keep your left hand planted on the block or the earth. Right hand to right thigh, look over your right shoulder. From here, you have options. You can reach the right arm back in space, up overhead. Maybe if the left knee is lifted, you lift the left leg off of the mat. Maybe you very carefully peel the left hand off of the ground, rising up. One more breath. And on an exhale, we all meet with our hands on the earth. Step yourself back into plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, let's go right into downward facing dog. If you want a little bit more action, come back into plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower your knees, lower your torso all the way. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your heart for cobra or baby cobra. Exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog. On an inhale, look forward. Core muscles engaged. Exhale, step or swing your left foot to the top of the mat, whatever it takes to get there. You can keep your right knee lifted or lower it. Plant your right hand, left hand comes to the left leg, and look over your left shoulder, taking a spinal twist. You can stay just like this, or reach your left arm back in space, up overhead. Maybe tuck your back toes if you lowered that leg and explore lifting it. And maybe slowly rise up. Exploring wherever you go. One more breath. And we'll meet with our hands on the earth. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, giant step to the top of the mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, reach to the sky. Exhale, hands down to your heart space. You might place one hand over the other or return to the mudra if you like that. Vajra Pradama Mudra. Pause here, noticing the aliveness of your body. Let's make our way onto our spine. If you have a block, go ahead and bring that with you and roll all the way onto your back. If you have the block, let's press our feet into the earth to lift our hips enough to slide the block under our sacrum, that plate-like bone at the base of the spine. And then walk your shoulder blades together under your body, palms down on the earth, breathing in a restorative, supported bridge pose. If you don't have a block, that's okay. You have options here. You can inhale and lift your hips off of the ground, floating your arms up overhead, and exhale, lowering them back down, flowing through bridge pose, inhaling and exhaling. Another option would be to walk your heels in close to your tush, as close as you can get, and lift your hips any amount. Keep your chin lifted towards the sky. Maybe you walk your arms under your body, lifting your hips a little higher. You might hold on to the outer edges of your mat. Some people like to bring their hands under their low back. That gets a little deep for me. One more breath wherever you've gone. And we'll all release bridge pose. So if you have the block under your sacrum, we'll release that. Landing on the spine, open your arms out wide and let your legs fall side to side slowly. After a back bend, it can be really nice and neutralizing to take gentle spinal twists. Return your legs to neutral. Hug your right knee in and send your left leg long. Inhale here. And exhale, open your right arm out wide. Let the right leg fall off to the left side, taking a reclined spinal twist. You could look over your right shoulder. One more breath. Let's all return to neutral. Hug the left leg in and send the right leg long. Open your left arm out wide, big breath in. And as you exhale, guide the left leg over to the right, any amount, taking a reclined spinal twist. You could look over your left shoulder if that feels good. Just another breath here. And unwind, returning to neutral. Send both legs long. Open your arms out wide, palms towards the sky. And let yourself start to settle and soften into the last pose of our practice today, Shavasana, corpse pose. Trust that this time is valuable. Imagine a wave of relaxation rolling over you from the soles of your feet, up your lower legs, your upper legs, your hips and belly, your chest and shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, hands. Relax your neck. Relax your tongue and your cheeks. Let your head be completely supported by the ground beneath you. And breathe deeply. Slowly begin to invite movement back into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes. You might take a full body stretch, reaching your arms up overhead. And as you're ready, make your way back to an easy seated shape. As you arrive in your easy seat, sit tall and notice how you feel. Draw your hands together in front of your heart, and I invite you to chant Om, inhaling deeply for this vibration of sound. Thank you for taking the time to share your practice with me. Thank you to all of the teachers who have passed this gift of yoga on. If you're interested in learning more about my mindful morning offerings, you can find information on my website, createmindfulmoments.com. Thank you, and I hope you have a great day.